Hey, everybody, welcome in the building. Happy Friday, people. Listen, it's the 9th of January. I hope y'all been having a good 2026 so far. I have. Yes, there's a lot going on in this world, but you know what? We used to have Denzel come up here. He said, you got to stay prayed up. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, you got to stay prayed up. For real, for real. If you don't believe in something, I can't tell you what to do, but because I'm a believer, honey, I stay on standing on his word and not everything that's so crazy going on in the world today, because it's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, people, we're here. It's Friday night. It's trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Family Matters. Every now and then we got to get into some family business, okay? We got this young man, Arkansas, young black guy. You know what? I just, you know what? I don't understand it. I guess I may not understand until I meet my maker. But I don't understand what is with people wanting to violate the kids. So this man is accused of talking to a 14-year-old, buying the 14-year-old stuff, sending the 14-year-old money. And when the mother found out, thank you. It's actually a skirt in the top. Thank you. But so what was I gonna say? So help me. So when the mother found out when the 14-year-old mother found out, she asked the man herself, leave my son alone. You think he left the kid alone? Nasty bastard. Excuse my language. But we're going to talk about it. Yes, sick. You gave me a better word. I'm sorry. Sick. And then I don't understand what's wrong with people when it's over. If you no longer want to be with the diva, just stop talking to me. Please and thank you. Stop talking to me. Well, this man poisoned his wife. They were separated. I don't know what his issue was, but I guess he thought, you know what? I'm just going to take her out of here. He poisoned her. She's gone. Her children are left behind. And now he's going to jail. I don't understand people. It's crazy. And then our last story in this Family Matters is a racist mayor. And she came out her own mouth and said, I'm racist. She said, I'm a new type of racist. So you giving up your good job, but thank God, because listen, she in that up there. What do they call it where the judges sit? Somebody help me. I keep forgetting what is the name. Like, what do they call it? But she's up there judging people. And she don't like black people. So can you imagine how many people probably got sentenced extra under her watch? Now, I said that about Judge Ron Summerian from the Diddy case. I can't say he's racist, but I'll tell you one thing, though. He definitely was biased. The chambers. Thank you, Denise. She up in them chambers being racist. And Diddy's judge was in those chambers being biased. I just saw that Freddie Wap, he got out of jail, and he was convicted of drug trafficking. I think they said he was found with a whole kilo. He got 6 years, and under some program, because usually they said with the feds, you got to do 80% of your time. But he was in some program where he only had to do half his time. So after 3 years, he got out of prison. But the point is, I'm like, okay, they caught him with a whole kilo, and he got 6 years. Diddy was with according to them, 2 counts of prostitution, and they gave him 4 years. You got to make the law make sense. Make it make sense. He got 6 years. He served 3. He back on these streets. But they also said that Diddy signed up for the same program. So although Trump didn't give him a pardon and said he's not going to give him a pardon, he may not serve that much time anyway, because he's in the same program that Fetty Wap did. And you know, they're not on the docket tonight, but I probably could have did it with Family Matters, but maybe we'll do it tomorrow night. So let me just say this real quick. I think he's a football player. There's this football player and his ex-girlfriend, they broke up. So she got all of these pictures with her face being beat down, her body beat down, her house tore up from the floor, and she said he's abusive. He did it. But then I went to her Instagram, and a couple weeks ago, she was at the football game, fronting and stunting. And I said to myself, you see the stuff people do for money? When you was getting beat down, you had 2 of his kids, and you claimed during the pregnancy he was beating you down. So when you was getting beat down, as long as the money was there, you was good. When you broke up and the money no good, now you want to show all the pictures and the evidence of how he was beating you down. You see why it's hard for victims? Not because of the people, because you love to say the people that victim shame. It ain't got nothing to do with the people that victim shame. It has everything to do with that foolery right there. That foolery. You dealt with it with 2 pregnancies. You was documenting it like you was going to write some book. And the minute he said it's a wrap, now you want to tell us how abusive he is. You didn't know how to use your words when he was putting his hands on you? But they ain't on the docket tonight. Maybe I'll put them on the docket tomorrow night. But tonight is called Family Matters. Listen, I need to bring the people in the building. Y'all know what I need. I need a what in the chat. I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Friday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title's called Family Matters. We got an Arkansas mayor, the youngest mayor they ever had. And what happened? What happened? He doing the most. We'll talk about it. A man poisoned his wife, and we got the racist mayor. Let's bring the people in the building. Hey, Julius.
Hey, y'all. Hit the like button for the diva.
Hey, Katrina. So listen, people.
Hey, diva. Hey, panel. Hey, chat.
Hey, so listen, let's get right into it. Let's talk about this Arkansas mayor. Just dreadful. Hold on, let me share screen.
New at 10 tonight, the Arkansas State Police Department is investigating Earle Mayor Jalen Smith for allegedly having inappropriate conversations with a minor. He became the youngest mayor in Arkansas history when he was elected.
WXYZ's Raven Copeland spoke with the child's mother and went to residents to get some answers.
An Arkansas mother tells your news leader that Jalen Smith, the mayor of Earle, Arkansas, had inappropriate communications with her son, who was 14 years old at the time. The mother, who wants to remain anonymous, says her son attended Earle High School and met the mayor there in 2024.
So my son said he gave the mayor his snap because the mayor told him that he helps like with whatever he helps with, like buying shoes and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be.
According to the woman, her son viewed Smith as a role model and would frequently receive money and clothing from him. The mother says in 2025, her son told her that Smith allegedly sent sexual advances to him via Snapchat. The child's mother showed us correspondence between her son and a man she claims is Earle's mayor, but we haven't been able to independently confirm that information. She tells WREG that she told her son to tell Smith to stop contacting him and sending him money. However, she alleges those requests were ignored.
The mayor did pay my son $500 to not to tell me, but he ended up telling me anyway.
The mother says she reported the incident to police after she spoke with Smith, who denied the allegations. Arkansas State Police is now investigating the claims after it received a tip from the FBI and a request for investigation on December 19th. WREG contacted Smith several times for a statement, but didn't hear back, so we went to his home.
Do you all have any comment about the investigation?
No, we do not.
All right, thank you.
Smith remains under investigation and is not facing any charges as of now for the alleged inappropriate communications he had with the minor. Reporting for your news leader from Earle, Arkansas, Raven Copeland, WREG News Channel 3.
Now, back in November of 2024, the superintendent of Earle Schools expressed concern about Mayor Smith's visits to campus. The school district attorney sent the mayor a letter stating that he must have permission beforehand and specifying what that visit would be about. It's not known if that letter has anything to do with this particular allegation.
And we have new details tonight on the allegations against.
Hold on 1 second. Let me share screen again. My screen is being slow. Well, I'm waiting for it to come up. Julius, your thoughts?
Do people not think? I've been thinking this throughout all these stories that we have been hearing since midnight. I'm gonna wait till the article is read.
Thank you, Julius. Earle, Arkansas Mayor Jalen Smith denies allegations of misconduct with a minor. Mayor Smith took to Facebook a day after the Arkansas State Police confirmed that he was under investigation for inappropriate contact with a minor. Earle, Arkansas Mayor Jalen Smith took to social media in the wake of an Arkansas State Police investigation into the mayor, who was accused of inappropriate conduct with a minor. I want to speak directly and clearly to the people of Earle. The accusations being reported are false, wrote Mayor Smith's statement made on Facebook just a day after the news learned of the accusations in the following investigation. I'm innocent. Truth matters. And in time, the truth will stand on its own. He continued telling the community of Earle that he will continue to serve them, writing, I will not abandon the responsibility you entrusted to me, nor will I stop fighting for the place I proudly call home. We have come too far to turn back now. Before ending the statement, Merle Smith states that while he would like to speak about the allegations more openly, he has been told to hold his tongue until a later date. While I would like to directly and unequivocally address the allegations against me, I have been advised to reserve and sustain the statements is under a later date, wrote the mayor. The rest of the mayor's statement can be seen by clicking here. According to officials, ASP started investigating Mayor Smith following a tip from the FBI. Officials did not provide further details on the case or its alleged victims. In a statement made to the news, Mayor Smith said he had no comment on the investigation, directing further questions to his legal team. Smith was elected mayor of Earle in December 2023. He was 18 at the time, making him the youngest Black mayor in the United States. In November 2024, an attorney representing the Earle School District sent Smith a letter stating that he should not visit district schools without prior authorization or superintendent's approval. The letter also included a reminder that taking photographs of students without their parents' consent is prohibited. This mayor seems like a whole predator. The letter states that Smith had taken actions that raised concerns, but did not detail what those actions were. He's problematic. Julius, your thoughts?
It's just like they all say, we didn't do anything wrong. All of that. That's been the theme throughout these stories. If you didn't do anything wrong, then how does the alleged victim have the proof of your misconduct? But I'm gonna let the court of law handle that. I hope the young man knows speaking up is okay, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Thank you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
I'm so tired of these disgusting people preying on these young kids. I really am. I feel like they've gotten away with it so long that they think it's right, and it's not. I want them to be castrated,
Mm.
and I want them to not have internet access. I want them to live in their own little community where they all can be sick together. Okay. I really feel like now is the time to stop this, because we can't have our children continuously being harmed by these sick individuals that come from nowhere. And I suggest that if you got a sick individual in your family, you go ahead and start calling the popos now. Put it out there. I don't care who they is. If they your uncle, brother, sister, whoever, get them sick people off the street, because they ain't gonna do nothing but prey on somebody else's innocence.
Mm. Thank you. In my opinion, Savannah, your thoughts?
Hey Diva, hey everyone. So I came in the middle of the story, but I think I got the gist of it. So the problem isn't just the people. The problem is also the system. I recently completed the mandated state substitute training for my county and the two counties nearing one north, one south to my home. And there is a module. One is 8 sections long, which that one is inappropriate communication with students, and then another module that's inappropriate behavior with students. And the material is outdated. It's I don't know how old this training is. I should have looked, but it doesn't address the issues, and it made it more clear to me why we have so many stories. And I can only speak on Virginia because that's where I just completed the training last week. And when you do the test for those 2 sections, one section, there's only one question that you have to pass in order for them to move you on to the next part of the training. And the other one, it's 2 questions that you have to answer correctly in order to move on. So it is not just the people, it is the system. It is, and these predators, the pedophiles, they know, men and women, because there seems to be more and more women that are now preying on our younger high school men. They're not men, they're boys. They are on our children, period. And the cases, and Diva, you could do a story every day of this year for schools, just like for flight, inappropriate behavior on flights. We could do the schools at least one a day for the rest of 2026. But I think, honestly, with all the budget cuts and all the things that they're doing, these predators know how to get in. The system is weak. And there is absolutely no type of reprimand. The consequences are misdemeanors in some cases, and it's ridiculous. It is absolutely sad, the training that I received in regards to interacting with students. And I was approved from with all grade levels from 3 years old to 18 years old. And there is absolutely no real time training on what we're facing today with the internet and the over sexuality of TV and music and other realms of media and entertainment that these kids get their hands on and that they see and are and encounter every day, even at home in some cases. But the teachers are not prepared to deal with that. And these the schools are not prepared, and these predators know that they can get in.
Yeah, well, he was the worst kind of predator because he was the mayor. But see, the problem I'm having too is that the schools seem to have known more than what they're saying. You don't just write the mayor this letter out of nowhere. It seemed like the mayor thought since he was mayor and he's 18 is young for him to be in. So I think it's what 2 years later. So what 1920. So he was using that school. He was a predator using the school for his own pleasure until they finally blocked him from coming to the school. Callie, your thoughts?
Okay. I think that maybe we need to regroup and take another approach and start maybe teaching kids about these type of people. Like maybe it needs to be some sort of orientation when you get to a certain age, junior high or high school, that somebody might try to blah, 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 and they might try to intimidate you or pay you to not report it or tell your parents. Like, just kind of make sure that kids understand that this is not appropriate and how these people move, because what we're doing is not working. And to be quite honest, the only reason why we heard so much about this is because it was male on male, but most of these cases are women on boys. I'll probably say 90% of them are. This needs to stop. It's not funny. A lot of these people, I have met people that have had these experiences, and they have trouble for the rest of their life. People may think that this is no big deal, but a lot of people cannot maintain relationships. They're having all sorts of issues. And then they go, oh, well, when I was 14, my teacher, da 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 da. I mean, even Paris Hilton, this happened to her. That's why she started wilding out of control. And her parents sent her to a boot camp thinking she was a bad kid, and she was abused even more. And it wasn't until, a while later that they found out about this teacher. I think he got caught eventually doing this. So yes, there definitely needs to be more screening. There definitely needs to, these people know they're doing something wrong. So to me, talking to them is like, why? They, you know what I mean? Like they're aware that they're not supposed to be doing this. But maybe there needs to be some type of orientation or education for teenagers when they start to get a certain age, for them to, even little kids, maybe just explain it differently, that this is not supposed to happen. And if this person just try to pay you or threaten you or whatever, don't believe that. You need to report this person and stop this person. And they're doing this to other people. Because I think that a lot of times people don't report them because they think that it's just them and they're embarrassed, or they think they're going to get in trouble, not realizing that this person is just going to go on for years and years and years doing this to people. It's not just you they're doing this to, and they need to be stopped. But that's really the only comment I have, because I literally hear this story every other day.
Yeah, this is sad. It's sad that it's the mayor. And it looks like the mayor was still living at home with his mama, talking about we ain't got no comment. It is terrible that the school didn't do more. You sent him a letter. I don't give a darn that he is a mayor. You wouldn't be able to come to my school even with a notice. And you taking pictures of kids. They knew more. It is so incredibly messy, and it's sad. I will stay connected to see what happens to him, because now they added an S on victim. They said victims. They didn't say so. And thank God for the one young man that told his mother, like, yo, this is what's happening. So, and then I do believe he paid that young boy $500, said don't tell your mother, and thank God he told his mother anyway. But I'm gonna move on to the next story, and this man, he actually poisoned his wife. So let me share a screen so we can get into this one. Actually, you know what? The mayor, before I go there, hold on one second. I forgot I had another one queued up. of the mayor actually speaking out. But listen to this real quick, so I could click out of that.
Allegations against.
Hold on one second. It's coming. Okay.
And we have new details tonight on the allegations against the mayor of Earle, Arkansas. And for the first time tonight, we are hearing his side of the story. Here's Raven Copeland.
It's now been a day since the Arkansas State Police confirmed it's investigating Earle Mayor Jalen Smith for allegedly having inappropriate communications with a minor. According to ASP, the investigation began after the police department received a tip from the FBI. The child's mother, who wants to remain anonymous, tells WREG her son was 14 years old when the mayor allegedly made sexual advances towards him via Snapchat.
My son going through a lot right now. He harming him. He had to harm himself, like all types of stuff. You know, it's just hella crazy to me.
In an email to WREG, Earle's mayor says he, quote, has no comment at this time regarding the ongoing investigation, and he referred us to his legal team for additional inquiries. When your news leader called the number and asked for a statement, the person who answered the phone hung up. Then moments later, Smith addressed residents in a Facebook post, denying the allegations, saying in part, quote, I am innocent. Truth matters, and in time, the truth will stand on its own. We also went to Earle to hear from people who live in the small town, made up of roughly 1,800 people.
I'm a believer that, you have to look into things because on the flip side, you want to make sure people are safe, period, whether you be mayor or just an individual average citizen.
Back in 2022, Smith, who was 18, was elected in Earle and became the youngest Black mayor in the country.
Nobody wants to encourage the younger people to try to seek things that he saw. So it's a real good chance that it's a possibility that they're just saying something,
Reporting for your news leader from Earle, Arkansas, Raven Copeland, WREG, News Channel 3.
They could have got a better representative of the town, because I don't know what he said. He said a bunch of nothing. But we're going to move on to the next story. Hey, Juice, I see you out there. Hey, everybody. All right, so this man is accused of fatally poisoning his wife. I'm just waiting for it to come through.
A man on Long Island is accused of poisoning his estranged wife to death moments after she dropped their children off at school. Today, that man faced a judge, and News 4's Paisy Chang is in Mineola with more.
53-year-old Asif Qureshi is accused of sneaking into his estranged wife's home, lying in wait for her to be alone, and then forcing a cyanide-laced rag into her mouth while he watched her die. Today, he pleaded not guilty to murdering her in front of his children and his in-laws. A family left court heartbroken today, declining to speak with reporters after their father pleaded not guilty to killing their mother. Defense attorney Stanley Rubin insisted the case will be decided in court, not in public.
It's not going to be tried on the sidewalk. It'll be tried in a courtroom where he is presumed to be innocent by operation of law.
Prosecutors say 53-year-old Asif Qureshi is charged with second-degree murder in the brutal killing of his estranged wife, 46-year-old Alina Asif.
In 36 years of doing this, I have never heard of anything as horrific as this.
Prosecutors say Qureshi snuck into his family's home in October after his wife and children had left for school. He waited for Alina to return alone when he attacked.
He had some type of rag that had some type of, poison on it, and then had to drop cyanide right before he would put it over her mouth and hold it there for her to breathe in.
It was their 18-year-old daughter who called police to check the home when the school called her to ask why her younger sister had not been picked up. Police found Alina dead on her bed with red burns around her mouth. Before the murder, Police say they had responded to the home for 5 domestic incidents. Qureshi was arrested once before, but no orders of protection were issued for Alina, despite police reports that she said he threatened to make her swallow bleach.
The facts of this case will emerge with the evidence as is presented by the district attorney, who has the burden of proof on the case.
Prosecutors say there are multiple surveillance videos that place Qureshi near the home the day of the murder. The victim's brother told News 4 in October,
"She was a very beautiful human being and very hardworking. She didn't deserve this kind of death."
And despite their tumultuous history, police say Alina never changed the locks to their doors or the security codes to their alarms. Qureshi was not granted bail. His next court date is February 18th. In Mineola, Paisy Cheng, News 4, New York.
Pretty much the article, I'm just looking real quick, says the same thing. Hold on one second. It's just, you never know what people are gonna do. I just say you gotta err on the side that they will do the most. And unfortunately, she should have changed her locks, but that's in hindsight. It's too late now. Didn't deserve this kind of death. Long Island man accused of poisoning wife appears in court. So a Belarus man pleaded not guilty to murdering his estranged wife before a Nassau County judge Thursday, and his children and former in-laws watched the court proceeding. 53-year-old Asef was arraigned on murder in the second degree and other burglary charges after a grand jury indictment. His defense attorney, Stanley Rubin, insisted the case will be decided in court, not by the public. It's not going to be tried on the sidewalk, said Rubin. It will be tried in a courtroom where he's presumed to be innocent by operation of law. Prosecutors say 46-year-old Elena Asef had left the home in the morning of October 17, 2025 to bring her children to school. While she was out, prosecutors say Karish snuck in the house and hid lying in wait for her to be alone. The two have been estranged, and Karish did not live in the family home. Asep had begun divorce proceedings. In 36 years, I never heard of anything so horrific as this, said the Nassau County District Attorney Annie Donnelly. Donnelly said Karish waited for Asef to be alone and then attacked her by forcing a cyanide-laced rag into her mouth and holding it in place, forcing her to breathe the poison in. The medical examiner said Asef died by asphyxiation due to the inhalation of a chemical agent, later determined to be cyanide. The 18-year-old daughter called police to check the home when the school called her to ask why her younger sister had not yet been picked up from school. Police found Asef dead on her bed with red facial burns around her mouth. Prior to the murder, police say they had responded to the home for 5 domestic incidents. Karish was arrested once before, but no orders of protection were issued for Asef, despite police reports that said he threatened to make her swallow bleach. Prosecutors said there were multiple surveillance videos that placed Karish near the home the day of the murder. In October, Asef's brother told NBC New York she was a beautiful human being, very hardworking. She did not deserve this kind of death. Karish was not granted bail and is due back in court on February the 18th. Super sad. Julius, your thoughts?
Well, I'm glad to hear bail denied.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's put him underneath the jail with all the cyanide, see how he likes it. I don't care if, hear me clearly, people. Hear me clearly. If you do not want anybody anymore, or if someone is moving on, let them move on. But obviously, given what's in the article, his now estranged late wife moved on, tried to move on with her life because of the way she was treated. And I hope he's treated very poorly behind bars.
Callie, your thoughts?
Well, this man is clearly a sociopath. Which is probably why she was trying to get away from him.
Right.
Yeah, there's people that are just that nuts and they don't care if they go to jail or what happens. All I can say is that you experience people, you don't possess them. People do not belong to you. But I think that a lot of the ways that people are taught and culturally, and I'm including our culture as well, to view relationships as though that person is theirs. They belong to them. And sometimes when that person tries to leave, they go cuckoo. They have a breakdown and they just go off the deep end. And apparently that's what happened here. I don't know if this man was always doing crazy things, if there were signs before. I have no idea. But I will definitely say that when you do see a sign, especially early on, you need to get rid of that person before they get attached to you. Because once they get attached to you, they might seriously hurt you. Now, with this guy, he might have been fine until she left. Who knows? But we cannot bring this lady back. The only thing we could do is lock this man up, and this man is cuckoo. Do you know how crazy you have to be to think of a plan like this? This is, yeah, a poor lady, poor kids.
Yeah. And apparently the kids knew too that dad was crazy, because her first thought was to send the police to her house, the 18-year-old, when they called. Yeah. Just very sad, very sad. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yes, Diva, I'm going to mind my words tonight. And I'm going to say rest in peace to this lady. She probably went in minutes, because if you inhaled anything like that, that's the fastest way to get cyanide poison in your body. Really is inhaling, other than, putting it down in your throat or whatsoever. And it only takes minutes after that for that to for you can die. Your respiratory system fails and everything like that. It's one of the deadliest poison out there. And for him, I'm surprised. He must have had on a lot of pair of gloves, or he had this thing, or he had it in a bottle or something like that. Maybe he pulled it down her throat and then put the thing on the rag on her face. But either way, it's horrible. If you don't want her, just go away. I mean, these people act like the person that they're with is the only person that's in this world. If you found that love, you can find another one. It's not meant to be. Let it go. And if it's meant to be, you'll go back to him anyway. So just let it go. Stop putting yourself in these situations where you end up in prison because you don't know how to let somebody go. If they don't want you, they don't want you. Holding them there, taking their life or whatsoever, what is that going to solve? Or if I can't have her, nobody's going to have her. That's crazy. These men and women is just, I don't get it. Find somebody else. It going to hurt. If you love that person, of course it's going to hurt. But like we all know, your heart will mend, and you'll find somebody else. Out of sight, out of mind. Let these people go. Stop doing it. Stop taking people's lives, especially taking this lady away from her children. It's crazy. But and hopefully he get exactly what he deserved, and it'll come to him faster than it came to her. But that's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
This sick SOB deserves whatever penalty they can give him. I want electric sparks coming from him, lethal injection. They can put the shooting range on him. I don't care what they do to him. It is diabolical to go to somebody else's house because you butt hurt that they filing for a divorce from you. After you done abused them your whole relationship and take their life. Leave your children parentless. It is diabolical. This SOB didn't mean no good whatsoever. There is not a case, and his attorney can go and suck it. Okay, talking about we ain't gonna try it on the streets. We're gonna try it in the courtroom. We're gonna try it everywhere. Okay, And in the court of divas, he guilty. Okay, and he deserves whatever penalty, the strongest penalty they can give him. And this is a message to anybody that's in a abusive relationship. If you are, get out. Find your peace before somebody else take yours.
Find your peace before somebody else take yours. That's, you said a word right there. Listen, I'm going to roll right into this last story with this racist judge. She get out of her own mouth says she racist. So let me share a screen so we can get into this story. I think this is it.
The local judge accused of making racist and homophobic comments is vacating her position after being removed from her docket more than a year ago.
It's a story the 7 investigators first broke in September of 2024. 7 investigator Heather Catallo is here with what she has learned.
This has been a long process. You'll recall we revealed recordings of Judge Kathleen Ryan making some shocking statements. Judge Ryan has essentially been on paid leave for 15 months and once described herself in those recordings as untouchable. The Judicial Tenure Commission has been investigating this for more than a year, but they did not take action against her. Her lawyer is confirming to me late today that she is retiring, and the vacancy for her position has already been posted by the governor's office for potential candidates to apply for an appointment to the bench.
I can honestly say that, okay, I'm not systemically racist, I'm a new racist.
The 7 investigators were the first to reveal the recordings that Oakland County officials say prompted Judge Kathleen Ryan's removal from her docket in August of 2024.
Black. I'm so off at this Black Lives Matter, hashtag Me Too, all this. Oh my God, I'm like, you.
On Wednesday, a judicial vacancy was posted on the State Bar website saying the former Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge was vacating her position on the bench.
Kathleen A. Ryan presiding. Good morning. You may be seated.
Ryan was a probate judge for 13 years until the Oakland County Probate Court administrator filed a complaint against her, alleging Ryan had been harassing him, calling him after hours for years, and making racist and other inappropriate comments.
I've never met anybody that enjoys hurting people and brags about it the way she does, or intimidating people, scaring people.
Hutton says his complaint was not acted on for months, so he then sent the recordings of his calls with Judge Ryan to state and county officials.
I just want to make it right. And I want the people in Oakland County that come to court to get a fair shake, to have their day in court, to have an unbiased trier of facts.
If you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're lazy piece of.
Judge Ryan has been paid for the last 15 months while she was out of the courthouse, and taxpayers have been footing the bill for visiting judges to handle her docket. Now her lawyers say she is retiring and leaving the bench. Judicial Tenure Commission investigations are not public unless they reach the point of the JTC filing formal charges. Again, that did not happen in this case, so the results of that will not be made public. Now, meanwhile, I did speak with one of Judge Ryan's colleagues, Judge Daniel A. O'Brien. He said Judge Ryan was a good judge, and he expressed frustration that the court was left with visiting judges for so long while the JTC investigated, saying that really left a lot of cases not having continuity. So at least there's some resolution. She's retiring.
At least, and I'm sure a lot of people who have been in front of her are going back in their memories and going, wow.
Did I get a fair shake? Yeah. All right. Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome.
When it opened last spring, Mayor Muriel Bowser called Mary.
Okay, I'll give a little bit more. Hold on one second. Yeah, I'm sure all the people that she presided over They're giving it the side eye, especially if they're a person of color. So Oakland County judge who called herself a new racist vacates position after WXYZ investigation. So a controversial Oakland County probate judge who was accused of making racist and homophobic comments will not be back on the bench. The 7 investigators were the first to reveal the recordings in September 2024 of Judge Kathleen Ryan making several offensive statements. At the time, the probate court's former chief judge removed Ryan from the bench and filed a complaint with the Judicial Tenure Commission. Judge Ryan has essentially been on paid leave for 15 months, but her lawyers told 7 investigators she is now voluntarily retiring. Well, of course she did that. Why? Because she's going to get her money if she retired. No formal public comment was ever issued by the Judicial Tenure Commission, which is not legally allowed to discuss investigations into judges until the formal public process begins. The State Bar of Michigan and the governor's office have posted the judicial vacancy for the Oakland County probate court for applicants to apply for the appointment that will be made by Governor Gretchen Whitmer. The post says Judge Kathleen Ryan is the vacating judge. Judge Ryan was on the bench for more than 13 years, and when she was removed from her courtroom, she was the chief judge pro tem for the probate court. Oakland County Probate Court Administrator Edward Hutton said Judge Ryan had harassed him for years, and he decided to speak publicly about the allegations after complaints he filed were not acted on for months. Nobody with that much hate in their heart for certain people, not just individuals, but groups of people, I don't believe that they could possibly make fair, unbiased decisions regarding them, Hutton told 7 investigator Heather. Hutton is an attorney, and as the Oakland County Probate Court Administrator, he's in charge of running everything that's not under the judge's purview inside one of the state's largest probate courts. Hutton alleged Judge Ryan had been calling him both during work and after hours for years. And Hutton said during those hours and hours of calls, Judge Ryan said highly inappropriate things. Why did you start recording the calls? They asked. I just felt like it wasn't going to change, he said. Nothing's manipulated in his conversations that I was a part of. It's something that I anticipate at some point I probably have to testify to under oath, and I'm absolutely willing to testify to the authenticity of every single one of them. Okay, and then, we heard the recording. In one audio provided to the 7 investigators, Hutton says Ryan uses racist and vulgar language.
Of the best brands at Gardner White Mattress, where we make fun of your
from England. If you're Black, from another country, you're doing way better. If you're an American Black person, you're an effing lazy piece of shit. The 7 investigators obtained the recordings that the county officials say prompted Judge Ryan's removal. Here are the transcripts of some of the recordings. You're an effing Black. I'm so pissed off at Black Lives Matter, #MeToo, all this BS. Oh my God, FUB. I can honestly say that I'm okay, that I am not systematically racist. I'm a new racist. I never was. But now I am, because you're shoving this S down my throat, making allegations that you don't know S about. You're telling me who I am, and you never even effing met me. F you. With this whole Black Lives Matter stuff, they're like everyone all entitled in again, SHIT. Let's assume they all did get screwed just because of the nature of your color and the way America is, systematic racism and all that S. Fine. But don't they have an obligation to step up to the plate? I mean, think about it. All they have to do is look at their history, look the whole like baby mamas and the dad taking off. It's like you guys have an obligation too. You want us to treat you equally. You got to effing step up and do the same job. You don't get to be a lazy A. And one of the court recordings provided to the 7 investigators, the judge identifies herself by name when describing why she sent a strongly worded email to a county employee. I was pissed. Kate Ryan's back in the game. Hutton shares, says the judge also used homophobic slurs about other Oakland County elected officials. You little and the F word. Hutton said Ryan had bragged in the past about knowing people on the Judicial Tenure Commission, although there's no indication she had contacted them about this issue. Hutton says Judge Ryan also previously talked about how the rest of Oakland County judges would support her. I'm pretty untouchable. So you guys really don't want to, I don't know what the D is. You got 22 judges who are P's. Guess what? They're still going to back me. She was reckless with this mouth. Judge Ryan's attorneys told the 7 investigators the Judicial Tenure Commission did not take action against Judge Ryan as she has voluntarily chosen to retire. Oakland County Probate Judge Daniel O'Brien said, it's a sad day for the court. She was a great judge and was respected for her work on the bench. Judge O'Brien also said he was disappointed in how Ryan's removal from the courtroom and the subsequent investigation were handled by authorities who have direct control over how the situation would be resolved. I think it was handled poorly, said O'Brien, who was frustrated by the busy probate court had been left when visiting judges to handle Judge Ryan cases for more than a year. So she's right. They was trying to back her. And I really honestly believe that if it didn't, if the news didn't get a hold of this case, she would have got away with it. Julius, your thoughts?
It doesn't matter if you say you're a new racist. You're a racist SOB. See you next Tuesday. I'm sick of these people trying to categorize the level. That's an insult to my intelligence as a goal-attaining, educated person of color. I don't care what level of judgeship she was at. That down-witted, dirty SOB got called out, got exposed. And she quote unquote, I love when they say this. They always love to disguise this, the catch-22. She's voluntarily retiring. No, they got information that's unrefutable, and she has no choice but to resign. But they trying to clean it up. But we know what the spin is. They can't fool me.
Callie, your thoughts?
I actually do agree with her. She is a new kind of racist, if you could even call it racism. She is what a lot of Black American people have been complaining about. A person that specifically don't like us. She don't even dislike all Black people. She don't like us. She don't dislike people of color. She don't dislike Nigerians. She don't dislike people from the Congo. She don't dislike Jamaicans. She don't like us. And this is a real world example of what a lot of Black Americans have been screaming and complaining about for the last couple of years. Something that I want to say, and obviously this woman don't need to be no judge, but disregarding her and her opinion, this is something that everybody needs to understand. We are a complete population of a people. We are not a subset of people who relocated to another place to seek a better life. We are a complete whole and total population of a group of people. So yeah, you're gonna have good and bad. You're gonna have some people that are lazy and some people that are thieves or scammers or whatever. And you're gonna have people that are doctors and PhDs and astronauts and inventors. Because again, We are in our home country. This is our complete group of people. But when you look at other people, you don't judge them by the people because they left those people behind in their country, so you don't see those people. So those people don't become their representation. And this is what has happened. I live in the Black community. I see people working their behinds off. Business owners, people working 2 and 3 jobs, executives, people who have raised executives that work at Fortune 500 companies at high positions. So all of this mess that Black Americans are lazy, no, you view us through the worst of us because you don't like us. So what happened is you made the lowest of us your representation of us. And I don't even believe this woman is like wasn't she some other type of like patent judge or something? I don't even know if she was a criminal judge at first. So look, I've even had this problem with other Black people, not just this lady. The lowest of us is not the representation of Black people. You don't go to the trailer park and say, look at them white people. They ain't nothing. Look at them over there smoking that stuff. You don't do that, but you do that to us. So this is a real world example of the reason why a lot of Black people are running around here saying, not like us, and FBA, and all of these other things, because we are treated differently. So I'm glad that we finally see an example and know this lady don't need to be no judge. And if she ever put anybody in jail, they need to be let out.
Thank you, Callie. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So here's the thing. First of all, we ain't gonna talk about her being a racist. We all know she is. She knows she is. So I ain't gonna even dignify that with a comment. Hate for people or hate for people. But the mere fact that they paid her for 15 months before they let her, quote unquote, retire, I want all 15 months of that money back. And if she wasn't qualified to retire 15 months ago, I want that retirement snatched back too. Ignorance is not a reason for you to retire. Ignorance is not a reason to let this slide by the wayside. And so I need to figure out, and I'm going to do it too. I'm going to be doing all my due diligence to make sure I make enough noise to get this lady stuff took back. Because if you were so big and bad to say all this stuff and have it on recordings, you were so big and bad to say you were racist, then be big and bad enough to have to deal with the consequences. And whoever you got on your side, you better hope I don't find out who they is, because I'm gonna make their life a living hell, okay? Because I'm tired of it. You ain't gonna flaunt that you're a racist and think you're gonna get away with it. Not this year, you won't. Okay? They say if you these fools out here will make you fall for anything. The devil is a lie. 2026, you need to be a year we cut that BS down, okay? You don't give a F about Black Lives Matter. You don't care about this. You don't care about the Me Too movement. First of all the stuff she was saying make her sound stupid and ridiculous. So you don't like nobody. You ain't just a racist. You a dummy. Because the Me Too movement wasn't a Black issue. So you're not just a racist. You a dummy. And then she sat there and talked about baby mamas. Baby mamas is on every race, okay? Somebody been left with everybody and they a baby mama. So you don't like nobody. You a stupid racist. But that's all right, because I got your stupid behind. You best believe it.
Thank you. In my opinion, Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah, Diva. She need to have been out of there. And if that guy would have never brought that up, she would still be sitting on the bench right now. Because they talking about how good of a judge she is and all that. If he never recorded her, she would still be there. This happened twice in Alabama, where the governor was married and messing around with another woman, and the guy, I guess it was the assistant, recorded the phone calls that he was making to the lady while he was the governor. So he got ousted as being the governor. Then you have these people, the judges in Alabama. They used to call them Hang 'em Hayes. You go down there, you have traffic tickets or whatsoever, and the tickets are so high, so they would pile up. So he would sentence people to like 60 days in jail, 30 days in jail, 40 days in jail, and by the time the people get out, all their stuff is gone, their jobs, their homes, and all that. So they sued the city because they felt that it was unfair. Because he was sending them down, and when I tell you it used to be packed, it used to be packed. And like I said, every person that he put in, he get money back from every inmate. So they sued him. The city sued him because he was causing people to lose their jobs, their homes, and stuff like that. No, he didn't tell the people to go out there to get those tickets and whatsoever. And then they would put you on this payment plan. The payment plan, you paying a probation officer money to stay out of jail. And but the percentage that you giving it to them, it's not even really covering your tickets. So yeah, these probate judges and all this stuff, and like I said, of course he was white. When the black judge was taking over, he would go sit in the courtroom to see if she's sending anybody to jail. He would get mad if she didn't send anybody to jail. The racist stuff has been going on forever and ever. And like I said, Montgomery is the root of all of it. It's sad. And yes, I don't think she should have got paid that 15th month either. I really don't. Especially from that condition. And she ain't just retired. The folks told her, you either retire and keep your pension or we're going to fire you. So she took that option. I guarantee you, she took that option because she knew they was going to get rid of her anyway. And nobody else was going to want her. So she's saying she's retiring because that's the option that they gave her so she can keep her benefits. But that's all I got.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I think they knew that was the plan. I think they was trying to save a job, and it was too many recordings that they had, and that's why they came out and said, like she said, she got friends. And she did have friends, because even their comments at the end, they talk about the investigation was shoddy, the people was wrong, she was a good judge. It was messed up that they brought in other judges to preside over her cases while she was suspended or on leave or whatever they want to call it. No, they wanted her to keep her job. And I'm connecting with you on this one, in my opinion, when you said, I wonder if 15 months ago, she wouldn't have been eligible for retirement, and that's why they dragged it out. And they paid her that 15 months and told her, don't even worry about it, because after that, you'll be able to retire and get your money. It's a hot, stinking mess. She was messy. And thank God he recorded the calls. But this is just my opinion. I think she didn't know who she was talking to. And so when she started with the homophobic slurs, I think he really started to record, and that's just my opinion. And he was like, enough is enough. I can't work with this particular individual. But it's just sad when someone like that has such an important job. And when someone like that really thinks that one group of people that we're all the same, to say we're lazy, the baby mama, it was just a mess. When I saw that story, I was shocked. But listen, guys, y'all know the routine. If you ain't hit that like button on the way in, do the diva a favor, hit it on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo choo.
Choo choo choo.